Hello my beloved friends, happy spring to you. My name is Libby. I make videos most every week on faith, lifestyle, and beauty. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 tips to get out of a rut. I know right now spring has started, but it still feels a little bit like winter in our hearts. At least that's what I have been experiencing. And these are 4 things that I have done in my own life that have really helped me in a season of uncertainty, a season of feeling just a little down. And if that is you today, I hope that this video really helps you and gives you value to know that you don't have to stay in those feelings, and that there are ways that you can show up for yourself that are going to inevitably help you get out of that rut. We're going to be able to spring forward into feeling encouraged, hopefully inspired, and hopefully zestful and joyful for life. My first tip is to tune into your own feelings. I know for us, it can be so easy to distract ourselves from those very uncomfortable feelings. I know for me, I go to food, I go to other things so that I don't have to feel sadness or grief or change or challenge or frustration or failure. But the best thing that we can do with those big feelings is to actually give them a voice, to tune into yourself. Hopefully you use maybe a journal. That is really helpful to me because it is actually putting thoughts down on paper that maybe you wouldn't be able to say to a friend or to anybody else, but you can say it on paper. You could write down something like, hey, I noticed that you're feeling discouraged, or I noticed that you're feeling hopeless, or I noticed that you're feeling sad and that you're not yourself right now. That's part 1. That's acknowledging the way that you're feeling and tuning into yourself rather than away from yourself. Number 2, the second tip is to validate. Validating your feelings has to be one of the most helpful tips that I could possibly give to you, because what we clearly want as human beings is to know that somebody understands how we feel, and most times we're looking for that validation outside of ourselves, but it is our responsibility. No one else can do that for us, really. Yeah, some friends can come alongside with us, and there's nothing wrong with us having friends that validate what we feel, but I think more than anything, we are craving that validation of ourselves. At least that's what I have found in my own life. When I validate my own feelings, I'm sort of saying, okay, I might feel like this, but I see you. And there's something so beautiful and powerful that comes from seeing oneself. So acknowledge what you're feeling. Second, validate what those feelings are. And it could be as simple as journaling. Hey, I'm feeling really sad right now because I'm going through a difficult time in my journey right now. Or I'm feeling really frustrated because this happened yesterday. And then the validation part comes from you saying something to yourself like, and that matters because you matter to me. I know that that sounds odd because you're kind of speaking to yourself, but building a relationship with yourself that is a friendship to you is one of the most beautiful and valuable things that you can give yourself. Number 3 is to wrap care around what you're feeling in the way be prayer, asking God to help you along with that feeling, because let me tell you something, you're not alone. You're not alone in this feeling, and Jesus is very interested in partnering with you and coming alongside you in this time of feeling hurt and feeling resentful or feeling maybe scared. I know for me, it's been such a blessing to discover that Jesus felt all those things and that I wasn't alone in what I was feeling. So not only am I validating myself, but wrapping care around with what's the truth about what I'm feeling? What does God have to say about this? And that is my favorite question to ask myself when I journal. When I do these little things to get myself out of a rut, it's really helpful to center myself on what is the truth. And that's the third part. What is the truth? And for me, the truth comes from hearing the word of God. And maybe if I am dealing with a little bit of depression or feeling anxiety or feeling like I'm losing control of something, I can look up a Bible passage that has to do with that. That is my truth that I go to. But if God isn't something that you have right now or that you go to, you can ask yourself, what is true about this moment? What is true about me? Have I been able to overcome something in the past? I'm sure you have, because you're standing right here. You're sitting right here, perhaps watching this video. So what is true about the situation? Think of what is true rather than all of the million things that maybe your head is trying to ruminate on and fixate on that are future events that probably will never happen. So that is one thing that I think has really helped me in times of uncertainty, in times of feeling like I'm in a rut, is really bringing out to the surface. Yes, we've laid down the foundation of I have acknowledged how I feel. I'm not distracting from it. I am meeting that feeling where it needs to be met, and I am validating myself for it. I'm understanding that I'm not alone in the journey, but I'm also understanding that there is a third option. It's not just black or white. There's a third option available to you in every situation. And that third option is believing God, and believing God for the truth. And you could even ask God, like I often say, like, God, what do you have to say about this situation in my life? Like, how can I showcase your love in this situation? Or give me wisdom, Lord, to be able to withstand what I'm feeling, because sometimes these feelings can feel really crushing. And I think that is why we go and we try to distract ourselves from our feelings, because they are uncomfortable, and they're uncomfortable for a reason. But you can't experience joy without feeling grief. You can't experience love without feeling loss. It comes in a package, and sometimes we just want the good package. We want the good feelings, but we don't want the bad ones. But when we distract and buffer from the bad ones, we don't get to feel the good ones as much. So I just want to just respectfully and honorably say, just the acceptance of that feelings are going to come, and even when they might feel crushing, you can still have joy, you can still have hope, and you can still have faith that God is going to take all of what you're feeling and give it a purpose. Because that is my favorite part about believing in Jesus and knowing that God is going to do something with my pain, that the pain that I experience is not in vain. That gives me hope to stand one more day, to walk one more step, and to give it my all, even when my all is just waking up and being kind of sad because things are going not so well. The fourth and final thing that I think would be an amazing way for you to get out of a rut is to focus on you. What is it that you can do right now? So after you've acknowledged your feelings, you've validated them, now you've kind of centered yourself hopefully on what is true about the situation for you. Now focus on yourself. Sometimes we're going through really hard times and we want to fix everybody else. And trust me, I am a testament of wanting to fix other people's yards, but we can't. The only yard that we have control over is our own mental, spiritual self. So when you focus on you, you are able to even be more effective for yourself and for others. So things that you can ask yourself is, what do I need today? Do I need to go, now that I've journaled all this stuff, like, do I need to go and take a walk? Do I need to go take a kickboxing class? Do I need to go ask a friend to go to the mall with me and just have a tea with me? Or do I need to journal some more? Do I need to take a bath? What do I want to do? I want you to ask yourself that. What do you need today? And what would a friend, if you were a friend talking to yourself, what would that friend say to you? Hey, let's go get some dinner. Let's go get some flowers. Maybe you can get flowers and arrange them in a beautiful little pot. Maybe you can get a plant and start focusing on watering that plant. Maybe you can make some art or create a song if you like music. Take your pain and do something with it. Don't waste your pain. Use it for something good that actually gives you life and maybe others' life. I hope that this video encouraged and inspired your life. I really pray that if you are in a rut, that God would help you get out of it, and that you would feel hope-filled, that you would feel zest for your life, and that you would feel ready to take on these next few months. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Adios!